Good afternoon. Hope you're having a beautiful Thursday as we get ready for Shabbos. Today is a very special day in the Chabad calendar. Today is the day that we commemorate the 33rd Yartzeit of Rebbetzin Chaya Mushka, the late wife of our dear Rebbe. And any of you know us. Our first daughter is named Mushka for the Rebbetzin. Our youngest daughter is named Chaya for the Rebbetzin sister who was killed by the Nazis. And the Rebbetzin had a tremendous impact on both Gurney and my life. And that's who I want to speak about today. Growing up in Crown Heights, I saw the Rebbe every day, sometimes a few times a day. I got to be in his presence by davenings when he spoke, get a dollar, get a book. But I only saw the Rebbetzin a few times in my life, and those were only from a distance in a car. The Rebbetzin was discreet and quiet and behind the scenes. It brings me back to the first Rebbetzin who we read about in this week's Torah portion. Moses' wife. Do you know how many times Moshe Rabbeinu is mentioned in the Torah? Take a guess. 770 times. No, this is not a Chabad thing. That's the truth. You can Google it. 770 times. Do you know how many times his wife Tzippora is mentioned in the Torah? Guess. 600, 500, 200, 100? 3 times. And nowhere in the Torah, in those 3 times, does the Torah describe any characteristics about Tzippora. In fact, you think about Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, and all the other great women, the Torah speaks about them. It tells us something about them. It tells us a little bit about their looks, their characteristics, the things they did. Not about Tzippora. Why? And there's a remarkable midrash. And the midrash says that Tzippora was humble and discreet and didn't like acting in nobility and a pompous way. And that's why Moses married her, the midrash says. In fact, it's the only person the Torah tells us about why they got married to someone. Moshe married his wife because of her humility. We know that Moses was the most humble of all people. Moses didn't want to be leader. Moses wanted to be a shepherd. He wanted to be out in the limelight. But Hashem thrust him into the heat of things. He became the greatest leader, the leader who had to deal with all the challenges and struggles of the Jewish people. You know why? How was he able to do it? What gave him the strength? It was his wife Tzippora. In fact, the Abar Banel tells us a remarkable thing. We all know that Tzippora